Here we will see constructing date and time from their parts functions in SQL Server. First is date from parts. This function is used to get a date value which takes a year, month and day as a integer values and creates one date out of them. General syntax is date from parts with parameters year, month and day, where year is an integer expression that resolves to a year, month is an integer expression that evaluates to a month that ranges from 1 to 12 and day is an integer expression that specifies a day ranging from 1 to 31. For example, select date from parts with parameters 2019, 1, as date will give the output date with 2019 as a year, 1 as a month and 1 as a day. Next is date time 2 from parts. This function returns a date time 2 value from the date and time arguments. Date time 2 data type is used to store both date and time in the database. General syntax is date time 2 from parts with parameters year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, fractions and precisions, where year is an integer expression that resolves to a year, month is an integer expression that evaluates to a month that ranges from 1 to 12, day is an integer expression that identifies a day ranging from 1 to 31, hour is an integer expression that defines hours, minute is an integer expression that identifies the minutes, second is an integer expression that identifies seconds, fraction identifies a fractional second value and precision identifies the precision of the date time 2 value. For example, select date time 2 from parts with parameters 2019, 1, 1, 6, 0, 0, 0, 1 will give the output with date 2019 1 and time as a 6. Next is date time offset from parts. This function constructs a date time offset value from the specified date and time argument. General syntax is date time offset from parts with parameters year, month, day, hours, minutes, second, fractions, hour offset, minute offset and precision, where year is an integer expression that resolves to year, month is an integer expression that evaluates to a month that ranges from 1 to 12, day identifies a day ranging from 1 to 31, hour identifies the hours, minute identifies the minutes, second identifies the seconds, fraction identifies a fractional seconds value, hour offset specifies the hour portion of the time zone offset, minute offset specifies the minute portion of the time zone offset and precision identifies the precision of date time offset value. For example, select date time offset from parts with parameters 2020, 11, 12, 20, 35, 30, 5000, 10, 30, 4 will result an output as date 2020, month as 11, day as a 12 with time 20 hours, 35 minutes, 30 seconds. Next is time from parts. This function returns a time value for the specified time with a specified precision. General syntax is time from parts with parameters hours, minutes, seconds, fractions and precisions, where hour specifies the hours, minute specifies the minutes, second specifies the seconds, fraction specifies the fractions and precision specifies the precision of the time value. The precision cannot be null. If it is null, it will raise an error. For example, select time from parts with parameters 23, 59, 59, 00. It will give the output as 23 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. And if we give select time from parts with parameters 6, 30, 15, 5, 2 will give the output 6 hours, 30 minutes, 15 seconds and not 5 as a fractional second. Now we'll execute these queries. First we'll use date from parts. First parameter will be year, next parameter will be month and next parameter will be date. We will use here select as current date, and if we execute, it will display current date as 2023 as year, 12 as month and 18 as a date. If we specify here wrong date, it will generate an error since date should be between 1 to 31. Next we will see select date time from parts. First we'll specify year, then month, then day, then hours, minutes, seconds and then fractions and precisions as date time. And when we execute, it will display date time as date with time, that is 2023 as year, 12 as month, 18 as date, and the time will be 6 hours 12 minutes 34 seconds. We will execute this with datetime2 format. It will generate the same output, but the data type will be datetime2. Then we'll see datetime offset from parts. So select datetime offset from parts with parameters as year, comma month, comma date, comma hours, comma minutes, comma seconds, then fraction, then hour offset, then minute offsets, and precision. And when we execute, it will construct a date time offset value from the given parameters. Then we'll see time from parts. So select time from parts with parameters hours, minutes, seconds, and fractions and precisions. If I specify as 0 and I name it as time without precision, and if I execute, it will display the time with hours, minutes, and seconds. And now I'll specify the precisions also. So if I give here 5, 2, and if I execute, it will display time with precision. Here I specified fraction as 5 and precision as 2. So it will display 23 hours, 43 minutes, 56 seconds, and 05 as a fractional part.